Can you learn to think, work together, and be creative? What happens if you focus on creative thinking, critical thinking, and collaborative problem solving? Welcome to Destination Imagination at Hillside Academy. Students were given 6 challenges to choose from. Teams work together to solve 2 types of challenges, team challenges and instant challenges. Fairy tales, making waves, creature feature, brand aid, lose to win, and the instant challenge. Here is what we learned.
I think the purpose of doing Destination Imagination was to develop our creative thinking, to practice the design process, and to learn how to work together more.
My favorite part of DI was the instant challenges because it really pushed me because I had to really stay focused. If I missed one part, then it was we have to redo it, and then it's oh.
So instant challenges are how you work together to create something or perform, and you try your hardest in little time, and then you see how you did it with other people.
Part of DI is probably all the building. I really like building the activities, and I learned to work better with a group, and that could help me in the future if I'm a job with lots of people working on one project.
In the performance challenges in the very beginning when we got together as a group, they were really bad, and everyone was not really working together, and we just had some people were in charge and left out. And then as we got on, the performance one was actually pretty good. We were always pretty good at the not talking or the task challenges. We had one challenge where we had everyone's idea and build from one idea and then add other people's ideas, and we really got together as a group, and now that egg challenge was the best one we ever had. My favorite part of DI was working on the team challenge. I really liked how I got to create my own song and put it with another song to make it a really awesome song. And I chose my challenge Lose to Win because I didn't know the design process as well, and I wanted to challenge myself to build a structure that looked really hard, and I overcame it by being in this DI group, Lose to Win.
During the recognize stage of the creative process, the first thing you had to do was understand the challenge. You needed to figure out your constraints and criteria and learn the rules.
During stage 1, the recognize stage, which was understanding all the issues or points of the challenge, we kept on over and over having to go back to the challenge details because there was stuff we forgot or had missed the first time around.
During stage 2, the Imagine stage, we wrote down on a whiteboard all of our ideas so we could just get them out there. And then we ended up with about 10 ideas that we all agreed on. And then we slimmed it down to about 2.
For the initiate and collaboration stage, when we were building our actual structure, our real challenge, when we realized that all of our ideas needed something more, we decided to all pull together, all of my team, all of our different ideas and combine them, and in the end we got a better structure than before.
My favorite part of DI was working together with friends.
In the assessing stage, I believe that more than once we had to look at the criteria and ask ourselves, does this really fit what we were supposed to be accomplishing?
For the evaluate stage, when we first did our first challenge together, my team, we did good, but I felt like Only a couple people were giving ideas, and some of us were kind of left out. But then, we would try to include our ideas, and then sometimes it wouldn't work out. But now I think we're great. We all work together and share our great ideas, and we combine all of them together.
In Destination Imagination, we didn't really get to choose our team. Because we chose the challenge.
Some of us didn't know each other, but some of us knew all of us. So we didn't have much forming. And then we got straight into storming and fighted with each other a bunch, and we didn't work together.
There's this one challenge where we realized that we really needed some ground rules. So we did the challenge a second time and we tested out our ground rules, and after that challenge, we really got out of the storming stage, and it changed our team a lot, I think.
The norming stage, we got to the challenge right before camp. We got to the norming stage, which actually was pretty cool. And then the performing stage, we were pretty good at it. There was a few mistakes along the way.
And it seemed like after every single challenge and after every single thing we did, we had some sort of argument about what actually went on, or how we should have done this, or what was the right thing. And I think that's really where the storming stage came in for us.
Yeah, we kind of got stuck there for a little bit, but we actually did move on to the norming stage.
When we figured out there was a problem with our story idea, it wasn't exactly a fairy tale. We actually had to restart to a take on Jack and the Beanstalk, and then things started to go together better, and I think that's when we got into the norming stage.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, brainstorming there was actually pretty good. We came up with a lot of good ideas.
We made a plan. Remember, we made a plan and a schedule of what we would do and what the other person would do, and we got everything planned out for our group. So that kind of helped a bunch.
Yeah, I think the schedule really put everybody. This is what needs to be done. And this is when it has to be done, and that's when we started getting on task and working together well and getting stuff done.
Because we knew what we had to do.
But then also in the storming stage, when we had one thing that kind of helped us get out, we were kind of arguing over some rules and like passive aggressiveness towards each other, and a lot of frustration. So we did make our plan on how we can hear everybody's ideas. And one of the reasons we got into the norming stage at camp, I think, is because we got to use that a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
I think that DI was good for learning how projects will go and learning how to work with a team even when you get frustrated.
Managing a big project like DI, and it takes a lot of work to get it done. Like, you have to go through a bunch of processes to get one step done, and then you got to get a bunch of steps done to make the finished project.
We learned we needed to have a calendar.
Yes.
Because otherwise it was very hard to keep track of everything. We also learned that we needed to check on each other to make sure the person's going in the right direction, maybe. And then we also needed to make a list to see what we needed to get done.
Calendar really did help a lot, because I noticed in other expos we would be all over the place, like, what do we need to get done? Oh my gosh, when Jacob, who was on our team, he made this calendar that really told us, like, okay, we need to get this done, and we weren't such in a panic. So that was a big thing for me.
Divided up the work, and so you really just had to think about what you needed to get done, and then when we were done, we could help others if they were having troubles with things.
I think our experiences during DI will help us in the future with brainstorming ideas, working together more, and not staying in the storming stage in our team and moving on and trying to get to the highest point.
My favorite part about DI was when you got to work together as a team and the challenges to make your brain start working and how you got to put all of your creative side.
My favorite part about DI was I got to work with a lot of my friends and it was really fun. We got to learn a lot more things and how to work together as a team, and the props that we made were pretty fun to make.
This expo was about the process, not the final product. We chose DI because we wanted students to focus on developing the skills that are essential components of every project they work on. We wanted to help them build knowledge and skills specifically related to project management, developing as a team, and thinking creatively and critically to solve a problem. The goal is that students will apply what they have learned to future projects both in school and beyond.
For the evaluating stage, which is celebrating, I thought this expo was awesome, and a thumbs up for all of us.